rarely talk about DAG, but the ecosystem has started to heat back up a little bit. A lot of people are starting to get all in their bullish feelings again. And here I am to chart it out for you one way or the other. Let's start with the daily. Are we over the moving averages? Everything but the 200. That thing rejected a nickel, 5 cents, exactly like I said it was going to do. She wasn't too happy about that. That rejection leads to lower prices. You can now rebuy a little lower than you were before. You sold it here, you rebuy it here, you have a little more DAG than you had the last time. Now, good news is we're getting the 821 EMA starting to push up through these other moving averages and cut through them. What you're going to see next is this 50 moving average start to curl up and attack that 100 moving average. That would be excellent if it did that. On the weekly, one of the biggest roadblocks this thing had was right here on these weekly moving averages. It has jumped over those, which is excellent. I like the fact that this weekly candle's shown good power getting up here, but I want to warn you, it could fade back all the way down to the 21 EMA and get under here again, or it could hang out where it's at. If it can hang out where it's at, a back test of the 21 and go would be perfectly fine with me. This 200 moving average continues to slowly sweep down here. It's at about 8 cents right now. As I told you the last stream, that's my next target. First target was 5 cents. Give me a little retrace, catch your breath, and then let's take a run at 8 cents. What about after that? Well, hard to say after that, but if it can get over that 200 weekly moving average, we can start working back up here toward 15 cents. Baby steps, one thing at a time. It was really, really hard just to get back to a nickel. Okay, cool. We've done that. Now let's get back up here to that weekly 200 moving average at 8 cents. You get back up there to 8 cents. We're making progress. We're making higher lows. You make higher lows. You make uptrends. You make uptrends. You make more money. All right. As far as fibs go, it makes sense to say what I said a second ago. 8 cents comes out right about Sniper's Alley. So I think it'll probably get to Sniper's Alley and fade and roll sometime this summer, whether that's next week or next month. But again, if it can break loose and get past that 8 cent level, you take profit zones are up here between 12 and 15 cents. It's still a pretty decent look, even though it's taken forever. I will say there are probably better assets to be in that'll have more money in them, but that part's up to you to pick. I don't really care one way or the other. I don't own any. I'm just going to chart it out and show you. If things get really wild and this thing blows off the top, 25 cents. That would be my first target, but that's a long way out of the way. There are so many speed bumps and hurdles to jump first before we ever get to that point. One thing at a time. One thing at a time is very important. It's easy to get ahead of yourself in all that we do here because, hey, man, you start seeing these numbers fly around and people saying stuff. It starts to get your emotions going. Sometimes you can say things or do things that you shouldn't. It's par for the course. I'm guilty of it too, right? So one thing at a time. Just let's prepare accordingly. Let's not get our hopes up.